Hello, fellow residents of Tamriel. It is the Beeve, and I made a minor tweak to the Stamina Sorcerer build that I posted a couple days ago. And when I say minor, it's a slight damage increase, not a whole lot. On average, it's about 2k more DPS, which isn't a huge amount, but we're also increasing our survivability with the build also. So real quick, let's just kind of go over. We still are using Aegis Collar. We have the Great Sword in Precise with double dot poisons attached to it. I still love my poisons, so I use them. I still have the Aegis Collar jewelry, all still in purple at the moment, all with weapon and spell damage glyphs on them. We are still using Reliquin. All of our Reliquin pieces are golded out and in Divines. We are still using Stormfist, golded out in Divines. I got a light shoulder and a heavy head. The difference with this build here is we are using the Black Rose dual wield right now. And the Black Rose dual wield provides, when you use Blade Cloak, it grants you Spectral Cloak for 2 seconds, reducing your damage taken and increasing your damage done by 6%. Deadly Cloak, don't even have it leveled up all the way. This is an ability that has a 20-second uptime on it. It reduces the damage you take from area of effect attacks by 20%, and the Black Rose weapons are giving you 6% more, or 6% less damage taken on top of the 6% more damage done. So survivability should be pretty decent. Now, this does do damage every 2 seconds. Shrapnel will pulse, dealing 2153 physical damage to all enemies within 5 meters. It's definitely not as heavy hitting as the, you know, Maelstrom two hand, but the survivability and the extra 6% damage kind of works out for you. So, this is definitely a different way to run this. I haven't changed any abilities whatsoever. Now, when it comes to the weapons, I am using the sword. I'm using it infused with a weapon and spell damage glyph on it. The Because it's a one-handed weapon, the weapon and spell damage glyph isn't as high as it would be on like a two-handed weapon. But the pulse from the deadly cloak reapplies that glyph all the time as the same way it would if it was on like Stampede on the two hand, or if it was on a bow using volley or endless hail, whatever. So on the other hand, I meant to make another sword. I made a mace on accident. At this point, I was not even attempting to break it down. So we're using a mace at the moment. But I am running this infused with a flame damage glyph. Every time that pulses, that deadly cloak pulses, you have a chance to apply this flame damage, and then the flame damage can proc that burning status effect, so it's a little extra damage in that sense as well. The only thing we changed rotation wise, obviously, was just Deadly Cloak instead of Stampede here. We're still running our Hurricane, our Barb Trap, both our pets, and our Greater Storm Atronach. On the back bar, we still have our Wrecking Blow, Daedric Prey, Crystal Frags, both our pets and our Storm Atronach. You could trade this Storm Atronach out for the Fighters Guild, what is that, Flawless Dawnbreaker. But I don't. I've done both of them, and they're very similar in what they're able to do damage output wise. Now I will say as well. Well, hold on. In our blue tree, we are running Wrathful Strikes, we're running Fighting Finesse, we're running Deadly Aim, we are running Master at Arms. Now, I will say that I did mess around a little bit with this build by putting on the waiter's kilt, and then I would put on the slime crawl, and to me, when doing that, well, not to me, but when I tested it out and I did that way, it wasn't a huge difference, and I was actually seeing less DPS. So maybe I'm just not dialed in tight enough on my rotation, but the amount of damage that I was losing from my monster helm proccing every 8 seconds and smacking didn't it wasn't outweighed by the little bit extra critical chance and critical damage. So maybe if I messed around with it and fine tuned it a little bit more, I could figure it out and get it to work that way. But this way right here is working very well. So real quick, like, we will just run through a quick parse, get this out of the way so you can see exactly what it is. We're going to start off by activating our pet. And here we go. Oh, that's the highest I've gotten with that so far. So there you go, 113,223. It is a very damage producing setup. The Deadly Cloak should provide a good bit of protection in area of effect situations. 6% less damage while it's active total should help out as well, should give us a lot more survivability. When you pair that with the Hurricane giving you your your major, what do they refer to it as? Resolve now, I think? Yeah. Yeah. Almost 20k in spell and physical resistances when it's active. 20% less area of effect damage. 6% less damage taken while that ability is active, while the Deadly Cloak is active as well. It should just provide a lot more survivability. So guys, that's all I really have for you at the moment. Like I said, just a slight increase in DPS should add a lot more survivability to the build. Next video I'm going to show you a way that you can set this up to run it in arenas and solo play for the most part. That should work out quite well for you, so keep your eyes peeled for that one coming out here before too long. But thank you very much for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it, guys, and happy adventuring.